Top of the morning to you. This is Brian at briansyme.com. I hope you are doing well. It is Friday, so I am pumped up. Tonight, we're going to the Mercy Me concert, and it's the weekend. Next week, I am going away for a week of core life, just living it up, doing the life of success, abundance, and impact on others. Today, I've got two topics, kind of one that leads to the other. Decide and momentum. So decide, we've kind of talked about that through this week, through the last couple. If you can hit the one at the end and you can go backwards if this is the first one you're seeing. Decide is making that decision. It's making that choice. It's that vision that you created, that you decided to do. Decide is kind of like they say, burn the ships so you don't go back. Decide is like getting full in, full on, and going for it, getting to it, working on it every day, giving it massive action. Some people say I wave my hands around too much. I'm not sure about that, but I have been watching some speakers and they don't wave them around at all, and that's okay. So I don't know. Sorry about the hands, but decide. You got to make that decision of where you're going, and it can change, but not too much. Trust me, I've done, what do I call it? Oh, they call it a pivot, right? You're heading along and you're going one way and you pivot. Not too long ago, my pivot was the regular momentum. So the pivot after pivot after pivot after pivot, you know what that yields? That is a whirlpool. So we want to avoid that pivot. We need to decide. We need to get going there. We need to take that vision and make it bigger. We need to make that vision connected in two ways. We need to make that vision connected forwards towards something better. We need to visualize achieving this thing that I decided is going to feel so great because, and we need to visualize that. We need to smell it. We need to feel it. We need to think about our interactions. I'm closing my eyes because I'm visualizing. Think about our interactions with people. Think about how life is going to be better, how our impact is going to be better, how beautiful it will be, what we will experience when we get there. And that's the pull. We get that pull towards that. We also need to look at, what are we coming away from? What are we giving up? We've got to get some things out of the way. We've got to make those big. You know why? Because those lie in our gain. We've got to make those really big. We've got to make what we're moving away from. That's the push. What we're moving away from. We've got to make that push bigger. How horrible is it to stay here? Not just how horrible is it. How horrible could it be? Make it big. Oh my gosh, it's crazy horrible back here. Because that's the push. I don't know about you. Are you push motivated or are you pull motivated? A lot of the pros, a lot of the experts say we move away from pain better than we move towards pleasure. So I think the push is stronger than the pull. And it's all a mind game. It's all a mind game. You got to get your mind working for you in both directions. If you can add the pull, hey, this is great. If I'm completely out of debt, I can do this, that, and the other thing, and it's going to be so great for my wife and my kids and my family and my community, and it's so wonderful, and you magnify it up and you get excited about it. And then the push is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to not be able to eat. I'm going to lose my car. I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to be in debt up to my eyeballs. That's the push. You magnify both of those and you've got some momentum. And don't stop there. Write them down. List them out. Repeat them. Repeat them. Repeat them. Go through those visualizations. Both you're pulling and you're pushing. You're away from pain and you're towards pleasure. Repeat them. Meditate on them. Amplify them so that you keep going. It's like burn the ships, man. You can't go back. You've got to take the battle on head first. Many years ago, when I was regularly training hard for skiing, I had this is when I started coming up with this concept, probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago, of the push and the pull and what motivates me more. And I found that the push, it's really a mix of them. I found the push was a little bit better until I really got into it and used vision to do both. For many years, I wasn't the top one. We did this run. We went down this riverbed in Duluth, and we ran this trail on one side of it all the way down about 10 blocks up and down, rocky, really crazy pieces, and scary. You don't want to run too fast because it's a little bit scary. But you get through that and you run down, I think, let's see, we're about 10 to 12 down to 4th Street. So about a half mile down, a little more than a half mile down, and then a little more than a half mile back up. And we timed that and we raced it, and we were doing personal bests and things. A lot of years, there are a few guys ahead of me that I'm like, I can't get you. I can't get you. Oh my gosh, don't say that. I'm getting you. I'm getting you. So say the positive, say the positive. So there was a pull there. And then they were gone. And I was the guy. Me and this other guy named Kevin, we were the guys. And Kevin's got long legs, he's got a long body, and he would fly down the down, and I could do him on the up, because, I don't know, shorter legs, more power, close to the ground, I don't know what it was. But once I got in front of him, I pictured him. Well, he was there, pushing me, pulling me, running up behind me. And I pictured those old guys, Rich, and I can't remember any. I just cut my finger waving my hands around. You believe that? I'm bleeding. I pictured and imagined the guys that had departed and moved on to their next season, their next phase of life. And I imagined them out in front of me. So I got the pull and the push to go up that hill. And the pull is harder because it's farther away. But the closer that pull is, that you can see it, the easier it is to use it to motivate you. So I pictured them just ahead of me, and I pictured Kevin. You know what happened a few years later? Kevin left. And so I was on my own, and I was the leader and the coach, and I was running out. I'm like, okay, this is for me right now. We'll get to the top, and we'll time everybody as they come in. So I needed to imagine my push and imagine my pull on both sides to get that momentum. And that's easy when you're running, but when we translate it to life, we need to go through the steps I just said earlier. We need to imagine that super duper future, that big, hairy, audacious goal, that BHAG out in front of us, and how amazing it is. And make it more amazing than it really is. Because you know what? Maybe it will be. Maybe you'll make it that because you've imagined it, and that'll pull you harder. And then imagine back here, that nastiness, that ugliness, that, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this again. I can't believe I'm addicted to YouTube. I can't believe I'm addicted to a salary. I can't believe I'm addicted to hourly wages. I can't believe I'm addicted to whatever you're addicted to, whatever you're comfortable with that isn't serving you well. It isn't making that beautiful future that you have imagined, that you've visualized in the last couple videos. And you got to put those together to make the momentum. So decide, create your push and pull momentum, and repeat and repeat and repeat. Keep visualizing, keep pulling and pushing yourself, and get a group of accountability partners. Get a mastermind group. Get connected. Get a coach. Get something to help you repeat, to hold you accountable. You know who can hold you accountable? Do you know who that is? It's you. But if we get a group of people, I feel bad when I come to the group and say, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. It's only me who can hold me accountable. And if I can't do that, I've got to join up with other people who I'm ashamed to tell them I didn't do what I said I was going to do. You know who lies to you the most? Do you know who that is? It's you. Little secret to you. It's you. You lie to you the most. Knock it off. Don't do it. Don't say you're going to do something and don't do it. because that's the opposite of making a decision. That's lying to yourself and weakening every decision you make in the future. I'm getting off task now, but decide, create momentum, and maintain it. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. You be blessed.